Hey, good morning everybody. Mike Mascow here, coffee enthusiast officer. I'm here with Kai Juhlin, and we're just shooting a video this morning down in the dungeon, down in the production facility of Roast2Order coffee. That can be, you can get our coffee at roast2order.shop. It's an e-commerce website that we've launched in 2020 on July 4th, trying to be patriotic. And the business actually is something that I've been running. I've been in freshly roasted coffee for a little over 20 years. I had my eyes open to what good coffee really is. 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago, I actually started this line of coffee, and it has been roasted fresh, the same way, with the same beans, in the same roaster, since I've been buying it, since I've been selling it, excuse me, and nothing's changed. And that is what makes people want to come back and buy coffee from us over and over again, because it's great coffee. It's been roasted in the same roaster by the same person, the same blend of beans. The glory or the beauty of that roaster is the person, or the artisan, as I like to say, who's running it, is the person, when they've got that thing dialed in and they know I'm going to roast these beans, I know to set it for this temperature, roast it for this amount of time. They do it the same way every time. You know, being a guy who, you know, I sell coffee. That's what I do. So, and I've sold coffee in lots of different ways. I started out actually in a wholesale distribution method. My business partner and I, over 20 years ago, you know, we used to make a carafe of coffee, and we used to walk around with a sleeve of 4-ounce cups, and we'd walk into somebody's restaurant, or we'd walk into a coffee bar or a coffee shop, and pour them a cup of coffee. Obviously, this was pre-COVID-19 days. Pour them a cup of coffee and say, "Here, try our coffee. Tell us what you think." And people were trying coffee and drinking it black and telling us things like, "Oh my God, I don't need to put cream and sugar in your coffee. It's that good." And I'll tell you a little secret about myself. I've been drinking coffee since I can remember. I don't know at what age my parents started putting a cup of coffee in front of me, but I'm going to guess 4 or 5 years old. Of course, a 4 or 5-year-old not going to drink a cup of black coffee typically. For me, coffee meant cream and sugar. I've put in much less cream and sugar over the years, but I do drink this coffee black on occasion. Kai and I sat in the sunroom yesterday and enjoyed a nice cup of this new coffee here that we're going to put on the website, Jamaican Blue Mountain Blend, and it is awesome. And hopefully you will try it and you will agree with me that that's a coffee that you could probably just drink black. So what makes the coffee so good? Well, for starters, it's got to be the beans that are going into it. The beans that we select, that we use, are certified fair trade. They're grown, they're organically grown. You know, they're all the Rainforest Alliance and all the different T's and C's that you want to know that you're buying beans that are not produced by big coffee, but produced by small independent farmers who are just trying to make a living. And in some of the countries that we go to procure these beans, that is their number one source of revenue outside of maybe tourism. Costa Rica is a great example. You know, they thrive on coffee, and they also die by coffee. So we try to make sure that we're going to the farmers and selecting the beans that matter the most, and that is to the small business person, kind of like ourselves. So it starts with the bean. The bean has to be a good quality bean. There's lots of different types of coffee beans out there, but basically they are broken down into a couple different categories. This is not inclusive of all coffee, but basically they boil down to an Arabica bean or a Robusto or Robusto. An Arabica bean is one that takes longer to grow. The plant itself takes more years for it to mature before it can start to produce fruit. Some people will tell you their coffee is made 100% with Arabica beans. That doesn't necessarily mean it's good coffee. Okay? We try to blend and use various beans, Robusto, and there's other ones as well that we put into our coffee. If you want to read more about that, it's on our website. And that helps to add some flavors and some depth into the coffee. When you roast it, it's how you roast it then, if you've got the right bean, that's going to make it taste good. So number one thing, got to have good beans. The last thing that is going to matter is, you know, how quick can you get this after it's been roasted? How fast can you get it in your hands and start consuming it? So typical grocery store distribution method, you know, that coffee maybe sits there for a month or two after it's been roasted before it even gets packaged. Is it sealed? I don't know. Then once it's packaged, it maybe goes from one distribution center to another distribution center, or from one warehouse to another warehouse, before it finally gets to the back end of, let's say, a grocery store or a coffee shop and gets checked in as inventory. Where does it go from there? Well, maybe it spends more time sitting on a backroom shelf somewhere. Or maybe it goes on the grocery store shelf, but it's put behind everything else, and the older stuff is brought forward. What you'll see probably missing on the label of most coffees that you'll see right up front on our coffee is the roast on date. So you'll know when you get our coffee that it was freshly roasted. So we came up with the concept of, you know, why not provide the coffee through an e-commerce website. You go shopping for it, we roast it up after you order it, and we'll deliver it. UPS, FedEx, the post office, they make great delivery mechanisms. Here, if you're local to me, I've got Peter, the delivery guy, who goes out and makes deliveries onto your door, hangs it on your doorknob. My daughter goes out and makes deliveries. I go out and make deliveries. I'm sure if I asked nicely enough, Kai Juhlin would go out and make some deliveries for me. If you enjoy good coffee, you want to try great coffee, go to roast2order.shop and give us a try. You can order a half a pound of beans. You can order a couple of them we have in 2-ounce sample sizes, enough to make 1 pot of coffee. Give it a try. Shipping is included on those smaller bags, so there's no hidden fees. Give it a try, see if you like it, and if you do like it, you can order more. If you've got any questions or any comments, I'm reachable. You can post comments on our website. You can email me. You can even call. We provide a phone number. We're available, and we want you to communicate with us. Kai Juhlin is going to start doing some of our social media for us and getting out things like videos like this. We hope that you become a long-term customer of ours and that you enjoy our coffee. We also have tea, and then we also have some really cool coffee-related products, presses, canisters, scoopers, things like that. We'll get into more of those as we go on into other videos. So thank you very much. I've gone way longer than what I wanted to go, but thank you for sticking with me. If you stuck with to the end, if you like this video, please mark down that you did. If you want comments on it, put comments down. Share it with other people. That's the other thing. Please don't keep us a secret. Keeping us a secret means that we don't grow, and not growing means we don't survive. So we need you to tell other people about our great coffee and tea and get them to try it as well. And that's the name of the game these days, right? That's how we're going to continue on and be able to provide you this for years and years. And I hope that we can do that. All right, so thank you very much. Thank you, Kai. And just a quick shout out, thank you, Steve, Doug, and Brendan, for all you do for us in helping to promote Roast2Order coffee at roast2order.shop. Thank you.